Y'all, what is up everybody? Steven here, Bama Saltwater. Look how clear the water is. See if you can see it through my polarized glasses. I mean, as soon as I showed it, the sun went behind the clouds, but that water is nice and clear. It's a beautiful day out, and we're gonna go through all these boats. It's a lot of boats out. Everybody's having a good time, and try to go find some fish. Obviously, snapper is open right now. We're gonna see if we can find us maybe a king mackerel, a tarpon, and then of course go get our snapper if the conditions allow. So I appreciate you for tuning in on this exciting day to be out. It's always a good time no matter what. Let's get out there and try to catch some fish. Man, it's gorgeous out here. Pretty water, finally. And the Gulf is absolutely slick. Heck yeah. So I just came to this farewell buoy. It's a good bait spot. I've also caught some good fish off here too, but right now I've got a sabiki rig. It's just a bunch of little flies and gold hooks on dropper loops. Great way to collect up bait, especially pilchards, cigar minnows, etc. They make different sizes. I like this small one for pilchards. And what I do is I just keep a dedicated sabiki rod. I really don't like the ones that are made for sabikis. The sabikis rust up in them and they're not sensitive enough to feel bait. So I just use like an inshore rod, keep a clip on there, put your swivel on without pulling it out of the pack, put your weight on, and this is a bird of prey sabiki weight, but any 3/4 to 1.5 ounce weight will work. And then reel up, and it should pull out, which this one's a little tangled. Sometimes it pulls out perfect, sometimes some of them will be touching, but that's all it is right there. And we're going to try to collect us up some bait. I don't want to bore y'all too much just catching bait, but in case you don't know how, or in case you want to try to get some live bait, sabiki is a great way to do it. And you just mark bait on your depth finder. Sometimes you can see it. Little bitty jigs like this, and that's why I like a sensitive rod. See, something just got it. Be nice to get some cigar minnows and a whole bunch of pilchards. We got our first bait fish, so we can bring it in. Bring it in slowly so you don't rip their lips. Oh yes, live cigar minnows, that is perfect. They're actually a scad, but call them cigar minnows. You don't want to touch your bait if you can prevent it. Get it you a little de-hooker like this, and your bait will stay nice and alive in there. That's what we want to get a whole bunch of, are those cigs. They are some of the best bait for our area that you can get, is a live cigar minnow. But that's all I'm going to do. Just sit here and try to load up that live well. It's just me today, so I don't need too crazy, but you really cannot have enough bait. Well, now I've got plenty of bait. Check that out. All nice live cigar minnows, pilchards, and a couple hardtails. Got enough bait, so I'll probably run the beach. See what we see. Well, now I came out to another buoy. It's a weather buoy, and I'm gonna do the same thing. On the way out, I lost my net, so this is gonna be fun trying to get one of these baits, and my landing net doesn't fit in here. All right, catch one of these by hand. Oh, I got one though. Okay, got a pilchard, or LY, scaled sardine, thread fin. There's different variations depending where you're from. Let you swim around. See if something will come and eat you. Oh, whoa. Yo, that was a nice king. That was awesome. That was cool. I hope that got on camera. Man, that was a nice fish. Dang. That was epic, dude. Let's hope that circle hook is in the right spot. Okay. Man, that was a nice fish. Real nice fish. Oh man, I hope that was on camera. God, that was epic. Big old king. That's a big old king. Come on, man. That was an epic eat. I really hope the camera got that. I was over there throwing a long cast jig. Had a Cigar Minnow behind. No, I had that pilchard behind the boat. That's what it was. Man, that's a smoker. Just nervous with the leader. Nice king. Big old Mercury missile. He's right here. Right here. Okay. Might get another run out of him. Ah, yep, they were at the leader. Oh man, that was a good fish too. Dang leader. No wire. Just 60-pound fluoro. Don't take much to cut through that. That was a good fish. Oh man. On the circle hook too. I didn't bring any wire out. Dang. That was a good one. Well, I don't have any wire on the boat, which sucks, because that was a dang good king mac. Thought I was gonna have him, but I guess he turned the wrong way. Now I have a Cigar Minnow free lining, and then I got a knocker rig with a 7/0 circle hook and a 1-ounce egg sinker. I'm gonna drop a live bait, whichever one I can grab with my hands. You really can't get more annoying than that. Trying to get a bait with your hands, but it's working. Hook it through the nose. Let's drop it down. Oh, that's a big fish. That's a big one. Dang. What are you? That's a big one. What is this? Stop. Yeah, I don't know what I have. Why is it swimming up? AJ. Amberjack. There you go. Okay, live Cigar Minnow. Over this reef. Gotcha. That's another amberjack, I bet. Maybe not, could be a snapper. Could be a snapper. Yeah. Oh, it's a big mang. Big old mangrove. Boat flip, boat flip. Yeah, boy. Okay, I feel a little better now. That was worth the stop. Oh man, that was worth it. Nice mangrove. That right there is a nice mangrove snapper on the live Cigar Minnow. These you can keep year round. They have to be 12 inches minimum. You're allowed 10 a person. Very good eating fish, very pretty as well. So, good deal. Throw him on ice and Gus drop down another live bait. Okay, let's try to do this again. This is the most tedious thing. Trying to catch. I'm letting some water out. So maybe. It seems like the ones that are in here now just got smarter. Okay, gotcha. Had to let out some water. Let's try to get another nice snapper. Get down there and catch me another keeper of whatever. As long as it's not another amberjack. Gosh, wear you down. I do like me some mangrove snapper though. Makes me feel a little bit better about losing a nice king. Because I'd rather eat the mangrove snapper, but I thoroughly enjoy catching king mackerel. Gotcha. Or don't. Do I have you? Gotcha now. And another amberjack. Probably. Probably. AJ? Oh no, nice snapper. Okay. Nice red. Man, fought a little harder. Okay, we got a mangrove snapper and a red snapper in the box on pretty much the last stop for the day. Don't worry, Flipper. This one's going in my box, not your mouth. Got this red. That's a nice red snapper right there. Circle hook where it's supposed to be. I can keep one more, and I have some more bait. So might as well try again, huh? And we'll spike these and bleed them out too. They'll be in our ice slush. Cool, I got some dinner. That screen is dirty too. Let's drop down another Cigar Minnow. See, you don't need real heavy weight to catch fish, even in stronger current. Catch a lot of those fish higher up in the water column too. I'm only dropping about maybe 20 feet down. There we go. It's about 20 feet down. So I'm marking these fish as we're sitting in 80 feet of water. All right, on the last sig, that might be another snapper. Let's see if that dolphin stays behind us. And we'll bring this fish up. Feels like a snapper. Those tail kicks. All right, come here, you. Pretty far down, huh? Yeah, it is. It's a nice red. Oh, big red. Well, average size, but for this kind of an inshore rod. Well, I got my limit on the last one. Yay, I'm happy with that. We have our mangrove snapper, nice keeper, and our two red snapper right here. They've been dispatched, buried in this nice ice slush. Woo, it's so cold. And I've bled them out. And that's gonna be good. They're gonna be in this cold bath on the way home. It's a little too cold for me. But y'all, let me show you what I was using real quick. This is a knocker rig setup. I bent my hook out on the last one with my pliers, but I'm done anyway. It's a 7.0 circle hook, 1 ounce egg sinker, and 3 feet of 50-pound fluorocarbon leader. I connect that to my 30-pound braid with a small FG knot. It's thin and strong, so it goes through the guides easy. This is a Van Staal 150. It is not necessary. You don't have to have a Van Staal. It's actually a surfing reel. It's just what I have. I've had it for years, and it's a multi-purpose for me. But any 5,000 to 6,000 size reel for this type of purpose works well, because you never know when you're going to hook into something big. Like I said, you don't have to have a Van Staal. So it's just what I have. And here's a Crowder E-Series Lite. Whoa, big jacks. Those are big fish. But Crowder E-Series Lite, this is a 7.5 foot, medium heavy power, fast action. It's rated up to 2 ounce lure, but it really worked well for this application. This is a bailless reel, so it's a little awkward for bottom fishing. It wasn't made for that. It was made for casting plugs in the surf. But anyway, I may get my Mad Scat out and cast around because there are fish busting up, and then we're gonna head in. Yeah, I made it back, and past couple days of fishing has been pretty good. You can see the ones that sat on ice overnight, this one, and this one. And then the ones I just caught today, check out the eyes. Even though these were buried in a nice ice slush, the eyes still kind of faded over. Look how fresh this one is. This probably caught a couple hours ago. But I mean, you've pretty much already seen how to clean a fish and how to clean a red snapper. They're a very popular fish. And same thing with the mangrove, but I'll show you how I fillet it, and then we're gonna take the collars out of these as well and do some tandoori fish. If you ever eaten Indian food or ever heard of it, tandoori chicken or tandoor chicken, you can do the same thing with fish, and we're gonna do it in the oven, but y'all, we gotta get our meat first. So let's get into it. Pretty easy to do, just like anything else. We're going to slide our knife up under those scales, follow up behind that pectoral fin, all the way up to the head, flip that knife, make a shallow cut all the way to the tail. Pretty much just the tip of that knife. Once you get a good opening, the scale should split right up, see? Boom. Clean the scales off, run that knife along that skeletal structure, and fillet it just like anything else. Very easy fish to fillet. These are excellent whole as well, which most fish are. Great whole, snapper especially. One like this size, see if I can grab it. A snapper that size whole, phenomenal. It's very manageable. But I'll pull with my thumb. I'll pull the fillet with my thumb, just keeping it tight, and just running that blade, letting the blade do the work around these bones. Chop through those pin bones. Try to go down those rib cages. Try to go down those rib bones. See that? And then get it off the bottom side as well. Cool. Very easy fish to clean. Doesn't take a lot to do it. Just a good sharp knife. I'm gonna do the other side, and then we'll get this collar out. Let's go ahead and skin these fillets. You can use the same knife you used to fillet. I just have one of these big old boning knives. Had it, I think, over 10 years now. Super sharp. And I use it for staking fish out and also skinning, because it does a good job no matter the size of the fish. See that? No meat left on that skin. And then there's our carcass. Let's pull the collars out. These snapper and most fish, there's kind of an odd little piece of hard, it feels like bone. And if you can slide your knife under that, that will break that connection of this collar or throat. See, I'm gonna try to show y'all without cutting myself, but see, look at that. I can get my knife under there, and that's gonna break our connection. And that allows you not having to do any real heavy cutting just to pull these collars out. Give it a little slice there under that lower lip, slice there, and there's our mangrove snapper collar. Obviously we're gonna clean this up, You know, it's fresh fish. It's not farm raised, fresh wild caught. But we'll clean that up, pat it down with some paper towels, maybe take the scales off of it, which I probably will since I'm baking it, but that's how you get your collar. That's really what I wanted to show you. You can get the cheeks as well, especially on bigger fish. Fish like this, that head, and even these rib bones with that meat in between it, and this whole skeletal structure, you can use to make fish stock, fish soup, curries, and all that. But that right there, obviously all the internal stuff removed, would be a great fish head soup head. I mean, that's perfect size, or just making fish stock. But I'm gonna knock out the rest of these and see you inside. So I cleaned all that fish. I'm in the kitchen the next day and we're gonna do a tandoori fish. It's an Indian style, one of my favorite ways to do chicken, fish. You can do pork as well, especially on skewers on the grill. But right now I'm only gonna do the collars, and then I have the head. So I split this snapper head, check that out. And we're gonna get all that nice meat in there without it going to waste. See that? It's just split in half. And then I have all my collars where I cleaned them, trimmed up as much stomach lining as I can, scaled majority of it. It's okay if there's a few scales on there. Clip the fins and we're good. If I was frying these, I'd keep the fins on, but for this, we need it to lay flat, so I clip the fins. So we have a few collars in there, or throats, and then we have that one head. So I save the fillets for another day for frying, or you can do the same thing with any fillet. But I have some ingredients here. It may seem complicated, but a lot of this stuff you can actually buy online these days, or if you have an Indian market near you in a big city, you can get these ingredients. But we'll go over it real quick. We have some turmeric powder, red chili powder, garam masala, pepper, salt, coriander powder, and cumin powder. So pretty staple for most Indian cooking. And that's a tablespoon of each. We have 4 tablespoons of plain yogurt, 3 tablespoons of oil, a tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, and then everything else is just optional. Have some lemon, cut up onion, butter, cilantro, and sliced chilies. And a lot of that will be going on our naan. So you can make your own naan, but this is actually available in Publix, and it's not bad. But we'll touch it up a little bit. So like I said, this may seem a little complicated to you. Indian food is a lot of different layers, but it's very doable at home. You just need to have the right ingredients. Like, I don't like buying the pre-made curry packets. I like making my own. So we're gonna do our oil in a nice dish that we're gonna marinate our fish in. And then we're gonna mix all these ingredients together with our yogurt, and it will make a nice marinade slash paste that's going to be perfect for this style of fish. So I've got all these ingredients together, and most of these spices, obviously they combine together to make a nice flavor profile, but a lot of them have pretty good health benefits as well. If you look it up, you can find some, especially turmeric and your ginger. But we're going to mix all this together. You want to make sure you aren't wearing anything like that you're worried about getting stained, because some of these spices, especially turmeric, will stain white countertops and clothes. But it's very good for you. So let's just get all this yogurt, spices, ginger garlic paste, and oil mixed together. Y'all could smell this, I'm telling you. It has some of the best, nice, fragrant smells of spice mix with that yogurt. And it's plain yogurt, not any flavor. But I've just mixed this together. I added a little bit more yogurt in there and a little bit more oil. Squeezed a lemon. You know, everything is there's no exact recipe with things. So we'll get a little messy, do our fish in here, and let that marinate for about 20 minutes. I'll get real messy here. Wash my hands. If you want to wear gloves, you can. All those cuts from fins, you can feel the spices go through there at the end of the day. Ooh. But that's what you want. You want this nice coating on this. We're going to cover this, let it marinate in the fridge for at least 20 minutes. The longer the better. I'm gonna wash these hands. Looks like I've been playing in some Georgia red clay. So we have our oven already preheated, 400 degrees Fahrenheit. I have my snapper throats, have a few fillets, and then that head of the red snapper. And then we're gonna bake some garlic naan afterwards. And there's different things you can do as well. You can throw some onions on there. You can put a few lemons on there. Cilantro, got some chilies. We'll have some butter set to the side because we'll baste this about 10 minutes in. And if you want, you can do some fresh curry leaves as well. But right now, we're just going to throw this in the oven for 20 minutes. All right, there she goes. Got our awesome trivets that one of y'all super cool viewers made for me, or for us. But once we pull the fish out, we'll let it cool, and while it's cooling, we're gonna bake our naan. I just had some butter. You can buy this naan and eat it just like that after you heat it up. But if you really wanna make it taste good and get some flavor, put some butter, put some chopped garlic, put some chilies, and cilantro, which you can eliminate any of those ingredients that you like, butter and garlic, or just butter alone. But having some of that extra additional flavor really brings it up a notch. But our fish should be done. Oh yeah, that's done. What you want is a nice little char on there. If you don't have that char, it needs to go a little longer. Oh man, that's amazing. Let that go for about 3 minutes. And I've done some onion and curry leaves in there as well. But about 3 minutes on that. Let that warm up while our fish is cooling down. Check that out. That's that split head, a few fillets, and then a mango snapper and red snapper throats. Absolutely amazing. It smells so good. I can't wait to give it a try. Our tandoori fish is cooling down. I'm just cooking up some of that naan, just broiling at 500 degrees with that butter on there. Look at that. And then slicing it up. And that's delicious on its own. You could also do rice too, but the naan and that flavoring just goes so well together. And then we have some lemon as well with some onions. Now that right there is fit for a king. If you know, you know. If you've ever had tandoori chicken or any Indian food, full of flavor. And this is a split head of that snapper. See the mouth? And how it just pulls apart. And look at all that meat you can just pull out. And then there's the collar. Got a few of our pieces of naan. I'm just gonna kind of just pick apart, eat some meat as we go. See, look at that. Waste no meat at all when you cook the whole fish pretty much, or at least all the fish parts. A little bit smaller snapper would be perfect whole like this too. Oh my gosh. That is so good. You just have to watch out for bones in these pieces. But picking out part like around the jaw, you have some of the most tender meat of the fish that you can get. Ooh, there's a kick to that too. That is good. That is really good. And now I'm just doing it with my hands, but we'll pick up a piece of naan real quick. But I do want to show you, look at that collar. Gorgeous meat coming off of that snapper throat. That is phenomenal. That was well worth the preparation. The ingredients are kind of hard to find, but dadgum, it is tasty. Let's get some of our naan bread and scoop this up. Some of our butter garlic naan. And this is what you do. Eat with your hands. Get some real good flavor. Pick up that meat. The bread helps absorb some of the spice too. Make sure there's no bones in there. Now there's a bite right there. Get a piece of onion. Wow. That's about as authentic as you can get too. Like, it wasn't a pre-made curry sauce or pre-made marinade. It was all from scratch. The only thing we pretty much did was buy naan, not a big baker. but you can still knock it up a notch, and different flavor profiles. Y'all, I'm gonna have to let you go so I can eat the rest of this. Here you go, here's a bite for you. Well, y'all, I hate to see you go, but this is the end of the video, and I gotta finish this delicious plate of food. You can keep fish as simple or as complex as you like, but utilizing the head, the collar, even the backbones and stuff, the rib cage, along with the fillets, you can do so much stuff with them. And I also love the diverse food culture, you know, around the world. There's so many different ways and ingredients put together, and Indian food's on my very top of my list, but it's got to be authentic. It can't be just, you know, real basic crap, because it will kind of ruin you on it. if you know what I mean. But we'll see you on the next fishing video. If you haven't smashed that subscribe button and you enjoyed this content, great time to do it below. I appreciate all of y'all as always. All of our partners and sponsors are linked in the video description below as well. You'll hear my dogs barking. They probably want some of this delicious fish too. And most importantly, as always, I want to thank the good Lord up above for everything he does for us, and we'll see you later. Y'all take you a bite, and we're gone.